This is mutation number 140, safety violation with Abathur, P1. We're going to use P1 because ultimate evolutions are, especially Brutalists, they usually get wrecked by self-destruction. So we're not going to really use them. We're going to want to hit them from long range. And I have a special strategy that I learned just for this mutation. Probably will be able to use this elsewhere, but you'll see it for now. For now, we'll use it on this one. So first, we're going to start with Toxic Nests, just triggering some mines, getting close enough, but not within Amon's vision. For this map, if the mag mines have vision of your unit, the laser will shoot you. Alright, so you can see I had a really hard time with this one, but finally got it in the end. Alright, so we're gonna send this Overlord off. Gonna use some of the men's. Unfortunately, it didn't make it back alive, but whatever, 100 minerals. So we're gonna trigger all these and then run away, trigger those. And we're actually going to sacrifice the first ship because P1 is really weak in the early game and it's like has really little firepower, not really enough to hold off the first ship alone. So we're gonna just trigger, we're gonna use Toxic Nest so that we can hit some of the enemies to get more biomass. I have manually turned off the detonation so that I can kill some of the units that get out. As you can see, I have researched tunneling claws for the first time ever, and it's like basically an invisible unit. So Warzun's Dark Templars do the same. You can use Dark Templar to trigger mines without the laser firing back at you. And roaches with the tunneling claws move really fast. I was really surprised at how fast it moved. But here we're just moving around, we're triggering mines. As long as we avoid detection. Well, I knew there was a turret there, but couldn't really do anything about that. It's alright. 100 minerals, very well spent. It triggered so many mines. Now we're sending the next one just randomly, triggering mines. It's so fast that it usually doesn't get killed. It won't get killed along the way, and one man would be enough to heal it back to like a very healthy life. Alright, trigger all these, and we're going to rely mainly on Guardians to attack, because Guardians have long range. Alright, here we go. Get like 4 Guardians early on and push. Here, there are no mines left, so I'm going to use these to stop this incoming Claimer wave.
Those Eradicators are out of control. It could be dangerous.
There we go. Ideally, I want my Guardians to get the biomass, but it's alright if they don't. Roaches will be useful later on, as you'll see. Okay, so this next ship, it will panic launch at 12. So normally I set it off at 11, but I'm not ready. I set off at 11 so that when the ship finishes, I'll be just in time to fight off the attack wave. But since I have Toxic Nests, I can use those to stop the attack wave. I don't need to rely on my army to defend the wave. And I'm just sending this roach off on an adventure. Alright, and you see first Viper is ready. We're gonna bring some. We need a few Devourers because Guardians don't hit air, but other than that, we're gonna get mostly Guardians because they can help clearing. Oh, one of them died. Well, I don't have a full wall anymore, which is too bad. But for the first one, well, since I lost the first ship, this is the first ship technically. For the first ship, they won't send Banshees, so I don't actually need the Devourer, but I need it to stop the Queen. Alright, as I have a max of 10 toxic nests, whenever I reach 10, I just drop a few in the main, because the attack waves will go there anyways. So the plan is to just hold them off with guardians for now. The earlier ship waves, they don't have enough firepower to like really overwhelm a ship, so I can actually fight them. But as you can see, the disabling cloud will be the MVP of this match. Alright, so the next claimer wave is coming. Just gonna push. I missed the timer for the wave, so now this one will wait even longer. Will wait long again, and that's a little unfortunate, but that's fine. It'll give me enough time to get ready. At home, I'm just gonna surround the base with lots of spines and spores. So while the ship is going, I'm gonna use guardians to push the next area, and you can see I have burrowed roaches. They will serve as my fodder, as my like battery. So I have a hotkey for just vipers, and I'm gonna just disabling cloud wherever the enemies are. And then since roaches regen quickly when they're burrowed, I can drain them, and they won't necessarily die. They might die if I do too often, but there's so many of them that 1 or 2 dying is not a big deal. Alright, so guardians, I actually don't want to use the guardians to kill the enemies, because if I kill the enemies, the self-destruction will be triggered. So what I actually want to do is just stall 2 minutes with disabling cloud, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing this whole for the rest of the ships. Alright, so here I want to use a few buildings to wall off this ship, just cover as much area as possible. The next ship will trigger at 23:30, so in the meantime I'm going to just use my overlords and roaches to trigger the remaining mines in the last 2 areas. I see that the last 1 o'clock there's a ship, so I don't have to go to 11 o'clock. Alright, the air devourers will stay in the right side because that's where the anti-air comes from. And then guardians can slowly push and take care of the enemy waves. The enemy bases, I mean. Alright, I'm going to trigger this because I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait again. So I'll just trigger it right at the last moment. And I have overlords because sometimes I can't target the burrow roaches under the green clouds. I have 4 guardians over here hovering in a safe area because they have enough HP so that they won't, and armor so that they won't die to infested, but they'll also trigger, like the ranged infested will fight them instead of going towards the ship. So I just have to blinding cloud, disabling cloud. One area. So you can see I'm just gonna keep draining. I don't have time to use my toxic nest. Oh, there I do. Haha. Just quickly go there, look back, and just keep disabling, drain, disable, drain, repeat. And I'm gonna cover this last area with stuff.
Heads up, commanders.
Our forces have met the enemy in combat.
Alright. So, next ship will be going towards 12 o'clock. We're gonna put some overlords back there.
Another ship is out of time. Its pilot
I didn't realize that the attack wave was coming from the right side, so I didn't have enough defenses there, unfortunately. Well, I'm gonna wall up here, and I send my guardians back to deal with this. If I lose spines, whatever, they're cannon fodder anyways. But there are widow mines, so I have to make sure I have detection, otherwise the drill will continue to poke my stuff.
They started the launch sequence.
Right? So next attack wave is coming from gonna come from the left side, so I keep my guardians there. And we're doing the whole binding cloud thing again. So overlords get closer so I can eat them. Alright. I keep my guardians away because I don't want these guys to die. I just want them to not fight. So we're just gonna keep disabling cloud. You see this? Just crazy spamming. C, B, C, B, C, B. C to drain, B to cloud. 10 more seconds. And then the last area starting. So I'm actually losing my last area, but I thought I have no time to care about this. I need to get position. I should have actually flown my overlords in the center, but yeah. I moved my whatever guardians I have to the top middle part because they can shoot down the tanks. They can help fight. Tanks are gonna block my blinding. They're gonna be out of blinding cloud range. So that's not good. So now I'm just spamming. Same thing. Spam. The enemy can destroy my base. I'm looking at the HP of the ship and it's like, oh, close enough. Yes, that's good. Okay. So this strategy works.